double check your recording anytime you record. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Breathedge. I regret to inform you all that I unfortunately didn't record any of my voice audio for episode 4, so all of it is just silent with gameplay in the background. I'm picking out the most pertinent places in the timeline, I guess, to ensure that I guess you guys have some sense of what I did. But yeah, here goes. So to start us off, I found a picture of General Chickenson. Decided to take it with me. I then explored the rest of the shuttle that I found last episode. So visited the receptionist, and honestly just went around scanning things I forgot. So that's the majority of this background footage. It was good to come back here because I picked up some more resources for like water and food. This was a beef container that exploded in the middle of space. Apparently beef is explosive in this game, so I picked up a couple. I then went to this icy ball place just to check on something, like for the bombs that I was gonna make. I found this spacecraft with a bunch of bubblegum peeking out of it. Oh yeah, and there was this guy that was reading a book, How to Not Be Afraid of Dying in Space. As you can see, I thought it was pretty funny, considering the guy looked, let's just say a little disturbed without his helmet. Anyway, found this ship with this quick time going on. I thought the steering wheel part would be in here, but it actually wasn't, so that was a bit of a disappointment. I found this giant lead ball, which actually had an important item inside, which you'll see here, the EMP grenade. I had to use it to get into this big orb I call the Death Star, which you'll see in a bit. There's also this guy driving a prototype car, which I need to find 3 of these manuals in order to open it. And here's the fabled Death Star I mentioned. So I used one of the EMP grenades I crafted in order to disable the electrical current so that I could enter it, but I needed another one, so you'll see me enter it later on. Now here is just some more background footage of me collecting more explosives. I cut out a lot of footage from the game because it's mostly me just flying around, which takes like 5 minutes at a time sometimes. So hopefully we get a new vehicle in order to make that process faster. And here's me decorating the base, just so it feels a little homier. So yeah, which was quite interesting. One of the containers I made actually flipped over, and it was pretty disappointing. Oh, I also made a blaster, which was helpful for taking down some robots I needed electronics from. Here you can see me entering the base after using the EMP grenade. And I found, I found this.
How they got into the closed system of the aquarium, but there are no more fish here.
Yeah. Anyway, I continued on, went deeper into the spaceship, found some more habitation modules, quickly scanned them. It was a grim sight, but yeah, I eventually came across this picture of what seems to be Elon Musk, and I feel like it's not Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. I don't know. I'm not a tech wizard, but it was pretty funny saying they were the original founders of the Breathedge funeral agency, because only they could come up with something so futile and useless that inevitably blows up in the middle of space. This was also where I found this page where you can go into the menu and decrease the radiation just as a setting. So that's pretty interesting. It's a funny little joke they added in there too, in the bottom right, where if you find yourself alive in the coffin, just click the gun mounted inside to save you. I also found one of the robots from the beginning, just a quick look. Found another EMP guarded place. I went in and I found a Tomb Raider poster, which was pretty funny to see. I took that and put it up in my room. Yeah. So this is just like, oh yeah, the guy was like caked up under the desk for some reason. I don't know. So I just stole all this stuff and then I went elsewhere. Here I'm decorating my ship with more Elon and Steve Jobs stuff. I tried putting a piano on the ceiling because I thought Breathedge would let me, but it ended up falling down and I had to break it, which sucked, but, you know, props to me for trying, I guess. Here was approximately the area where I ended the episode. So here I bravely disabled 2 turrets, took a bit of damage, however I got an achievement for it. Yeah, I found a cow in space. Multiple cows, yeah.
Apparently, someone tried to make a cryo chamber out of it to wait for the rescuers. Someone has clearly read a lot of science fiction books.
Yeah, I was a bit bummed out by this spaceship because I didn't expect some idiot to be in it. I put a bunch of beef pellets in that. The footage speaks for itself. I found this weird area where someone was comparing 2 really similar lamps for no reason, which says a lot about, I think, the world. Like, they have the same purpose. Anyway, here I open the doors, which I find a bunch of, like, what seems like missiles later on, and I actually fire them when I enter this place. But while I'm entering, you can see I'm like pretty cautious about the whole thing because there's like a guy again cheeked up on the corner for some reason. So I pass him, make my way into the main area. If I'll do that. By the way, this is all voiced over because, as I mentioned at the beginning, audio messed up. Yeah, people turned into Orange Fanta in here, I'm not really sure. But this is just like a quick time-lapse of what I did in this endgame place. There was a lot of cryptic messages about mutations with chicken, and how some of that DNA was put into cows for some reason. More transport modules, a lot of documents I couldn't be bothered to read. But a weird thing about all this is that the synthetic cows that they used actually didn't have any like limb or like bone structure within them. Oh yeah, here I listened to his instructions and I accidentally fire a bunch of cows into another universe. As you can see by my reaction, I'm quite distraught. He tells me to press the green button. I end up pressing the red one, and the red one was the right choice, so I think the green one might have blown me up. So yeah, thanks for nothing, spacesuit guy. I end up firing the missiles as I said, and then for the rest of the footage, I think I just collect a bunch of stuff and then leave. So yeah, that was honestly episode 4 of Breathedge. I get to lower the radiation because this was not precedented, and so yeah, I do want to apologize. The quality of this episode has been a lot less than I expected it to be, but I do still appreciate you guys watching. This will be a shorter one, unfortunately, because I can't exactly stretch the footage more unless you want to see a bunch of B-roll with me just talking. I don't find that interesting, so these are all my key points. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This was still fun to make, and hopefully this comes out by the time I want it to. So yeah, hope you're having a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. See ya.